Today we are critiquing ChatGPT's ChatGPT's Today we're critiquing ChatGPT's greatest strongmen of all time. So you've been talking to AI about about the top 10 strongmen of all time.
Yes, we had a
despite my inability to say ChatGPT.
Yes.
There we go, got it right this time.
Yeah. Well, thankfully I'm much better at using it than you are at saying it.
You're definitely better at using it, and I believe I'm better at understanding strongman than AI.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if you agree with this list and if people watching at home agree as well. So, just so you know, the prompt I gave it was very simple, but I did specify from the year 1977 onwards.
So when World's Strongest Man started.
Yes, so since it's been a modern sport, and I asked it to consider titles 1, dominance in the sport, and record set, and their influence and impact on the sport as a whole.
Okay.
So that was the prompt used. Let's see what it came up with. In at number 10 then, we're going straight to Mr. Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw at number 10?
Yeah, you can imagine what's above him.
I'm worried about this list if we're starting with Brian Shaw at 10. Now, Brian is without question a top 10 strongman. There is no question about that. However, I personally would have him a lot higher, and I'm pretty sure most strongman fans that have followed Brian's career would have him a lot higher. In my opinion, Brian is a top 2 guy.
He is. I was going to say no lower than 2.
No problem with people putting him number 1. I have a problem with him being less than the top 2.
Yeah, I totally agree. So let's remind ourselves, 4-time World's Strongest Man winner.
Winner of the Arnolds, winner of the Strongest Man on Earth.
Yeah.
One of the greatest strongmen we've ever seen.
One of the most influential in terms of, social media and his impact on the sport. He now runs the Strongest Man on Earth in Shaw Classic Weekend.
There's lots we could say about Brian Shaw.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, when it comes to Brian, he is much higher than number 10.
Yes. Number 9's interesting, and it's Martins Licis. Now, Martins is a 1-time winner of World's Strongest Man. He won in 2019. He's also a 1-time winner of the Rogue Invitational and the Arnold Strongman Classic. Definitely someone I think is justified being in this list, and actually probably in about the right spot also.
Yeah, I'd agree with this one a lot more than our first entrant.
Yeah.
Martins Licis, as you said, great strongman, pretty much won every major show that there is. One of the smaller guys, he started off pretty small, and he's kind of built up his size over the years. Very technical, very smart. Hopefully we're going to see a good comeback from Martins next year. But I would agree with this. I think Martins deserves to be around the number 9 mark. That would be something I would think myself.
And if you think of influence on the sport as well, that we've brought a strength unknown. So I think Martins is a really solid top 10 guy, and about 9 is right.
Agreed.
So number 8, we're getting in some really big names, and it's Magnus Ver Magnusson, the 4-time World's Strongest Man winner.
And again, I think this is very valid. It's a great choice. 4-time winner of World's Strongest Man. Someone that's heavily involved in the sport even now in terms of refereeing. Also very involved in the disabled side of the strongman.
Yes.
Help promoting that side of the sport as well.
He has his own competition.
Magnus, without question, a top 10 guy. And yes, no problem with Magnus there at number 8.
What's concerning as well is the amount of easily accessible information that's completely incorrect in this list. This is the paid version of ChatGPT. I did not cheap out on this. But yeah, so they've got Magnus as winning in 2001.
We know Sven Karlsson.
Sven Karlsson.
In 2001. But it's and I've just seen who's next on your list. And it's
ChatGPT's list.
ChatGPT's list. They're listing this guy as a 3-time winner of World's Strongest Man. And you were like, is he 3? I'm like, no, this man is a 4-time winner of World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, and it is, of course, Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, Magnus Ver Magnusson's countryman. So what do you think about him, 1, being above Magnus, and 2, being number 7 on the list?
I think Jean-Paul is, without question, in my opinion, probably top 5 guy. Maybe as high as that. He is very influential, really, really made the sport popular back in the 80s when it was Bill Kazmaier, Jeff Capes, and Jean-Paul himself.
Yeah.
A winner 4 times.
Yeah.
Winner of the first ever Pure Strength, which was kind of replacing World's Strongest Man back in 87,
87,
was it?
yeah.
So, in modern eras, we may call him a 5-time winner when we look at someone like Zydrunas, who won IFSA World Championships. He won what was considered the world title that year. An amazing athlete, an amazing character, someone I wish I could have met and spoken to.
But just really, really influential for that time, long before social media and everything. He was a genuine superstar, not just in the sport, but in the sporting world in general. Yeah. Everyone knew him.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely top 10. I personally would have him even higher than 7.
So number 6 on the list is where it starts to get weird. So here we have Pavel Kapsanev. Now, I would put some B-roll or a picture of Pavel up, but from everything I can tell, this man does not exist. Now, according to AI, he was the 2005 World's Strongest Man winner. I have extensively Googled him. I have found people in the powerlifting and other strength sports, Olympic weightlifting, with similar-ish names, but nothing close. I can't find this guy. From what I can tell, he's not real.
There's no Pavel I know that's competed in Strongman.
Well, I searched for him on the Strongman archives, which is very extensive also. I just can't find him.
There's certainly not a World's Strongest Man winner in 2005, because we know Mariusz Pudzianowski won in 2005. If anyone knows about Pavel, please comment below.
Yeah.
He certainly wouldn't be in my top 10 list of strongmen, and no disrespect, he wouldn't be in my top 500.
Is it possible to disrespect someone if they don't exist? If I'm right and they don't exist?
It's not him we're disrespecting, it's
the list.
AI.
Yeah. So back to reality then, and we're moving into top 5 territory, and it is Bill Kazmaier, the 3-time World's Strongest Man.
He is, without question, one of the most influential guys, one of the most dominant champions we've ever seen in the sport. We all know the story. Bill Kazmaier was banned for about 5 years, unable to defend his title in his absolute prime. 3-time winner back-to-back. Without question, one of the most dominant athletes we've ever seen in Strongman.
And he belongs number 5 on the list?
He's certainly...
thereabouts.
Yes, yeah. I think people could argue for him being higher, slightly lower, no problem with that. But without question, Bill Kazmaier is in a top 10 list.
Yeah. So in at number 4 is another Icelandic strongman, and it is Hathor Julius Bjornsson, 1-time winner of World's Strongest Man, 3-time winner of the Arnolds. But again, someone who has just been absolutely dominant in the sport. He's obviously the deadlift world record holder with 510 kilos, which he pulled recently as well.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's going to argue that Hathor is a top 5 kind of guy. Won pretty much every major comp there is, one of the most dominant forces, influential in terms of reach outside of the sport as well. Just an absolute beast, still competing as well, so he could still add to his kind of resume, his list. I definitely have him as a top 5, 4 in this list.
So number 3 on the list, and it's getting weird again, it's Tommy Kono.
Now, I know Tommy Kono.
Yeah, no,
so this is not such a bad entrant. However, he wasn't a strongman competitor. Great athlete, great weightlifter. But I presume you asked the criteria was strongman.
I was quite explicit in my instruction, yes. Yeah, the competitive sport of strongman.
Okay, definitely not a strongman competitor.
No.
Amazing athlete. I've kind of watched some of his old videos, cool lifter, but no, he should not be in a top 10 list of the greatest strongmen of all time.
The same way Hathor shouldn't be in a top 10 list of the greatest Olympic weightlifters of all time.
Absolutely.
Number 2 then, and it is, in my opinion, the GOAT, Zydrunas Savickas, 4-time winner of the World's Strongest Man, 2-time IFSA world champion, 8-time winner of the Arnold Strongman Classic.
Yeah, both of us think the same when it comes to Zydrunas. To me, he is the best of all time. I have no problem, like I say, when some people would put Brian above him.
Yeah.
But in terms of achievements and achievements only, and world records, no one comes close to this man. Maybe not quite as influential outside of the sport like a Brian Shaw or some of the other guys, but when it comes to competition results and longevity and performances, in my opinion, he's number 1. This list, they've got him at number 2. I've got no issues with that. No. He deserves to be in a top 2 of any list.
So finally, number one, I mean, you should be able to guess, I guess, but with some of the randoms that have been thrown in, people might be concerned.
Yeah.
However, it is Mariusz Pudzianowski. So he is the man who has won the most World's Strongest Man titles, a 5-time winner.
He has indeed, and yeah, I mean, it's wrong with some of his results, but...
It is wrong with some of them, yeah.
But still, he 5-time winner of World's Strongest Man, winner of multiple other competitions, great strongman, very, very dominant in his prime. I wouldn't personally have him at number one, but he is, without question, one of the greatest strongmen of all time. I'd probably have him in top 5 of any list.
I'd probably have him at 3, to be honest.
Yeah, it could well be at number
4,
3.
maybe.
But Mariusz, without question, should be on any top 10 list. So, very interesting list, like the 10 to 1.
All right, so let's take out the 2 non-strongmen. Who are the obvious people missing, in your opinion, if you put 2 back in to replace them?
So who's missing on this list?
So let me throw you some suggestions. We could have Tom Stoltman, 3-time world's winner. We could have Mitchell Hooper, who's won absolutely everything. Eddie Hall, first man to lift 500, plus his influence and reach outside the sport. You could argue for any 2 of those 3, couldn't you? Like, people could put forward a valid argument for any 2 of those 3. Well, as it happens, I asked it, after seeing this trash list, to give me some honourable mentions. So I thought, let's see if it sort of mops up the people that I think maybe should have been on this list but weren't. So let me share that with you now.
I'm kind of worried about this list.
You should be. So it actually gave me a list of 11 names.
Okay.
All right. Number 11 on the list was Gunnar Peterson. Now, from everything I can tell, Gunnar Peterson is quite a well-renowned PT or a strength coach, like a trainer.
Yep.
Not a strongman. Number 10 on the list was Andy Bolton, very influential and famous powerlifter.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Bolton, super famous when it comes to deadlifting.
Yes.
Great powerlifter, one of the best powerlifters in the world in his time. First man to deadlift 1,000 pounds, someone I know well. I've been lucky enough to train with Andy and compete against him a couple of times.
Yeah. Never did full strongman competitions.
He did the Arnolds. He did compete in the Arnolds.
Yes,
he competed in the Arnolds. I wouldn't have him in a top 10 list of greatest strongmen of all time, but he would be in like a powerlifting list for me.
So sticking with the theme, number 9, and this man, although a powerlifter, he did do some full strongman competitions. Benedict Magnusson.
Yeah, I competed with Benedict a number of times. Again, super influential in the world of powerlifting, particularly when it comes to the deadlift. Great battles with Andy Bolton in terms of the powerlifting record. Then great battles with Eddie Hall in terms of the deadlift in strongman as well. But other than deadlifting, he wasn't particularly like super good all round. I really like Benedict, but again, I wouldn't have him in a top 10 list. Absolutely. I wouldn't even have him in a top 20 list of great strongmen of all time.
No, of course not. Number 8 is a fun one. We've got Robert Oberst. Now, I can see why he made this list when it's searching for outside influence and views and clicks and stuff like that, because Rob is actually, he's been on TV shows and...
Super influential in terms of kind of his reach and his entertainment value, and he was a good strongman. A lot of people kind of will see a bit of back and forth between me and Robert, and I respect Robert as an athlete. I really do, particularly upper body strength. He was very, very good. He is no way a top 10 strongman of all time, though.
Or an honourable mention, because that's what we're looking at now.
Okay, I wouldn't even have him as an honourable mention. If you're looking at honourable mentions, you're looking at maybe
Yuko
5 guys that have won major titles. For me, Robert Oberst, good strongman. I'd put him in the same bracket as myself. You're not top 10, top 15 of all time. Good solid guy in his prime, but no, he wouldn't be an honourable mention or a top 10 guy for me.
Number 7, very interesting, Mark Felix.
This is an interesting one. Again, I've competed against Mark many, many times. He is super influential in terms of popularity.
Yes.
His grip strength is just world renowned. Probably one of the best grips of all time. Was a great deadlifter. Good, solid strongman, particularly on the national scene, and a staple at World's Strongest Man. He's competed at World's Strongest Man more times than anyone else. However, for me, you have to be winning competitions to be considered one of the best of all time. And Mark just didn't win enough in my kind of book. So in terms of popularity, absolutely, he's one of the most loved strongmen of all time. I love Mark, I really do. But in terms of best, not for me.
So number 6 on the honourable mentions list is Martins Lisses, who was also on the top 10 list.
That's an interesting one.
So we'll skip over him. Number 5 is Yanni Järvinen. And I've looked for him on the archives. So just for anyone who isn't familiar with the Strongman archives, if you have done even a national level competition and it's registered on there, you will be on there, you will show on there. So for someone on an honourable mentions list, they should absolutely be on the archives. He doesn't exist there, so he doesn't exist on this list.
No, I've seen similar names, but I can't recall
Maybe they meant Yanni Virtanen.
Yanni Virtanen, although he was a winner, and it doesn't say that this guy won anything.
No, I don't know what's going on here. Number 4 on the list is Terry Hollands.
Terry Hollands, great strongman, very, very popular, very much in the same bracket, I think, as Mark Felix and myself, in terms of good, solid competitor. Definitely, like, maybe a top 20 guy, but certainly we're not top 10. I don't think any of us deserve to be on a top 10 list.
But remember, this is honourable mentions.
Okay, but we are trying to replace some of the names that should be in the top 10 as well.
Maybe not
but yeah, I mean, Terry, amazing strongman, competed at World's Strongest Man many, many times, 3rd at World's Strongest Man twice, winner of Britain's Strongest Man, still very, very influential and involved in the sport right now, and definitely a popular name. I put him into that same bracket as Mark Felix. You know, a great strongman, but we're not talking top 10.
Number 3 on the list is amazing. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm wondering, did AI get confused between the fact that Mark Henry, the wrestler, did a strongman competition and The Rock?
They don't look very similar.
No, they don't look similar. But Mark Henry, he did the Arnolds, the first ever Arnolds, and he won it.
He did.
Maybe it thought that was Dwayne. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
just trying to come up with a reasonable explanation for any of this.
I mean, they wrestled each other. I don't think they ever had any strongman competitions against each other.
So just 2 names left, and number 2 on this list is Luke Stoltman. Now, my personal opinion is that when you look at what Luke has won, you know, multiple time winner of Europe's Strongest Man, I've been on the Arnold's podium as well. I think, all right, yeah, I'd put him on an honourable mentions list. However, his brother Tom, 3-time World's Strongest Man winner, has not made it to the honourable mentions list.
That's kind of a weird thing that Luke is on this list and Tom is not. I mean, we have one more name coming up, but it's not Tom.
It's not Tom, no.
And again, you know, super popular strongman, top 10 in his prime against his peers. Yes, top 10 of all time. No, not for me.
No, agree. And then number 1 on the list, the probably only one that makes any sense, is Eddie Hall.
Yeah, and I think Eddie maybe does slip into a top 10 list. Not in terms so much of what he achieved in terms of competition results. He obviously won World's Strongest Man, he won Britain's Strongest Man multiple times. But he wasn't such a huge list of achievements in terms of competition wins. But where Eddie deserves recognition, obviously the first man to break the 500 kilo deadlift barrier in strongman, and the eyes he brought to the sport. Very, very influential outside of strongman, still even now bringing new eyes to the sport, and someone that has achieved incredible things. You know, he had the ability to put his mind to certain goals and push himself to extreme levels to get there. Yeah, I've got no problem with Eddie being put into an honourable mention, and, you know,
or
maybe
into the top 10.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
No Tom or Mitch though.
No Tom, no Mitch. I would personally have both of those guys certainly in an honourable mention.
Yeah.
I'd probably have them both in a top 10 actually, but we'll save that for another day. Maybe do our own and compare to AI. But on this instance, AI, you're wrong, mate.
Yeah,
you're wrong.
You suck.
There's a couple of names in there that we agree with.
Yeah.
But in many, many ways, right now, AI is wrong. Hopefully you'll watch this video and you'll improve for next time.
Yeah, and hopefully people don't rely on ChatGPT for all of their strongman information.
Let us know your thoughts as always, guys. Comment below who you think should be in the top 10 and which one of these AI picks is a bit crazy. As always, take care and we'll catch you guys next time.